Welcome back to Najib Azad Exclusives. In the previous episode, we discussed Pakistan's so called doctrine of strategic depth and how instability in Afghanistan has long served as a geopolitical leverage tool. Today, we move from doctrine to timeline. In this episode, we examine a sequence of events that raises serious questions. Moments when Pakistan's leadership was publicly praised in Washington, followed within days by military strikes inside Afghanistan. We will also look at how political rhetoric about destroying weapons left behind in Afghanistan aligns with the way Pakistan later framed its airstrikes, which is still going on. Timing alone does not prove causation, but repeated timing can reveal patterns. Let's take a closer look. Praise, strike the timeline. Let's put dates on the table. September 30, 2025, President Donald Trump publicly praises Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and self-declared Field Marshal Asim Munir. He calls them incredible. He says they back his claim 100%. Within days, Pakistan conducts overnight airstrikes in Kabul and Paktika. Reuters and the United Nations reported civilian casualties, women, children, senior citizens. Clashes escalate. By mid-October, more than a dozen civilians were dead, over 100 wounded. Ceasefire follows. February 19, 2026, Trump presides over inaugural Board of Peace meeting. Sharif attends. Trump praises him, calls Munir a great guy, a tough fighter. And then on February 21st, strikes on Fugiani district of Nangarhar killed 17 members of one family. February 23rd, UNIMA reports civilians killed and injured in Pakistani airstrikes. February 24th, Trump again references Pakistani leadership positively. February 27th, Pakistan declares open war, poster and bombs major Afghan cities and kills dozens civilians. Timing alone does not prove causation, like I said before, but repeated sequence, praise, validation, diplomatic uplift, and that is coming from a country like the United States, followed by cross-Durand line strikes, it does form a pattern. International politics functions through signals. Warm validation in Washington can be interpreted as permissive space. You don't need a written green light. You need narrative cover. And when Afghan civilians pay the price days after international endorsement, the question becomes unavoidable. What message was interpreted? Now we examine how Trump's rhetoric about left behind US weapons aligned with Pakistani's targeting narrative and why that matters. The bombs may fall in Kabul, but the signals are sent elsewhere. Destroy the weapons narrative alignment. When leaders talk about destroying weapons, someone eventually decides to do it. And that's somebody who has been taking billions of dollars for 4 decades. President Trump repeatedly emphasized retrieving or destroying US military equipment left in Afghanistan. He said the Taliban should return it. He said if not returned, it should be destroyed. Now listen carefully. During Pakistan's ongoing strikes, Reuters reported that Pakistan claimed to hit military sites, depots, and drone storage facilities. Explosions were described in Kabul linked to Washington weapons-related targets. This is what we call narrative alignment. Trump emphasizes weapons problem. Pakistan claims it is solving a weapons problem. This rhetorical overlap gives operational cover. Even if Pakistan's strikes are primarily driven by its own strategic doctrine, the international environment allows them to be framed as indirectly serving US concerns. And when UN-linked reporting documents civilian casualties, the framing still holds counterterrorism, cleanup, security operation. That is how language sanitizes escalation. In the next episode, we explore another key variable, China. Because when Taliban began diversifying partnership with China, good or bad, that's a different story. But escalation followed, and that timing also matters. Geopolitics is rarely about what is said, it is about what is enabled. What we examine today is not simply a list of events. It is a sequence that shows how international praise, political messaging, and regional military actions can intersect in ways that shape the lives of millions. But one important piece of the story still remains. In the next episode, like I said, we will examine another factor that may have influenced this escalation, China's growing engagement with the Taliban, and why that development may have threatened Pakistan's long standing strategic leverage. Thank you for watching Najib Azad Exclusives. Stay tuned. I will see you in the next episode.